We had 3 phases. The first one was all around developing our plan for creating how we were going to implement AI, identifying which exact tools we wanted to use and adopt, and defining those top 3 use cases. And then the second phase was around developing our resources. So developing our AI policy, developing any content that our teams might need, and crafting that training series that we would need at the get-go. And then the third phase is an initial launch. That's like a 101 level training series around, what is AI? Because we had a whole range of people who had different experience with the technology, who understood it differently, different comfort levels, and reusable prompt frameworks, just really foundational knowledge to get them started. And I'll back up just a minute. I missed a step. We also deployed a survey that really informed all of those phases. So when I mentioned that there were different levels of knowledge and different levels of comfort with the technology, we were able to gain a lot of that insight on what type of group we were working with from a survey we sent out before we launched that later phase. And that really guided the type of training and assets that we developed. And also will be a great benchmark when we deploy the survey again next year. It's designed to be an annual survey, which will be really nice. So after those 3 phases, then we identified a bit wider group of early adopters, and those became our sort of AI advocates. And they're our really reliable use case testers. We're able to get insights from them and feedback on how things are working and kind of evolve from there.
That's great. And Corey, how was it at your organization?
Yeah, we followed sort of a similar path, and we have set up kind of an AI champions group. I think at first it was folks who were interested, and then also folks who were kind of voluntold to do it at different levels, and that eventually evolved into people who were more passionate about it, and just because they were they could fit the role, and they were really kind of our AR champions, and those people who weren't as interested, that's fine. They said they'd rather not be a part of the group. And so we did get to a point where our AR champions are, different levels across different, verticals within our team. And they're sort of, responsible as kind of the arms and legs, right? They're getting sentiment and feedback from the folks using the AI in the business, right? Where it doesn't always have to be me or my leader talking about AI. They're really talking to their peers and have found that the peer-to-peer communication works really well. And so they'll, kind of as a sounding board, getting inputs and feedback about how we could improve our tools, which ones are the most helpful in their daily jobs. And so that's been they've been awesome to have, and, a really good group of a network that we have to help promote AI adoption and get feedback as well. And so I think, the important thing to realize as part of the change managers, everybody's at a different stage of their journey at different times. Some people are really, eager to go for the latest tools. And then there are some people who do have fears about using AI and what it might mean for their job. And so just as a firm, we've really positioned it as, it helps. It's not going to replace your work, but it's going to help aid it. And I think we've started to see some of those different benefits, across our team. We're not necessarily reporting on some of the hard metrics or figures, but just anecdotally, and we're constantly just trying to find new and different ways for people to use it. And that's been really helpful, and just highlighting, the different kind of use cases that they can have.